Well, welcome back to another episode of Country Doctor House Calls. I just want to take a minute and acknowledge that turkey season is almost open in Arkansas. I can't wait because I get to take my oldest son hunting with me. And I've been thinking about that lately, and I want to talk about that because there's some changes going on. He's about to be 13. And if you're a parent, you know that that's not just another birthday, right? There is a shift, and we don't know how to feel about it. I'm struggling with it. I've talked to some of my friends about it when their kids have kind of gone through it. Because somewhere right around this age, something just starts just shifting. Up until now, dads, moms, you're the hero. You're the one who knows every single thing. They look up to you. You're the standard. Broken? Dad can fix it. Don't know the answer? Dad can. Need the strongest man in the room? Dad is. Still am. But whether we admit it or not, it feels pretty good. It does. But then something starts to change. They start to watch you a little differently. They start noticing things, not just what you say, but what you do. Not just what you teach, but how you live. And slowly and quietly, you go from being the hero to now you're being evaluated. They may not say it out loud, but it's happening. They're asking questions like, is Dad really who he says he is? Does he live with what he talks about? Is he consistent, or is he just loud? Is he steady, or does he lose control? And if that doesn't make you uncomfortable, it should. Admiration is very easy. Being evaluated is not. It's easy to be looked up to when your kids are small. It's harder when they are old enough to see that you have flaws, old enough to notice your inconsistencies, and old enough to decide for themselves what kind of man or what kind of woman they want to respect. But here's the part I've been sitting with. This isn't a bad thing. No, it's exactly what's supposed to happen. You're not raising a fan, you're raising a man, or you're raising a woman, and at some point, he has to decide what he believes about you. Not what he was told, not what he assumed, or not whatever he imagined, but what he actually sees. And that leads to a much harder question. If he's evaluating me, am I willing to evaluate myself? Self-evaluation does not come naturally. Most of us either avoid it or we do it in a way that isn't honest. We'll either be too easy on ourselves or we'll beat ourselves up without actually changing anything, and neither one of those actually helps. Real self-evaluation, it sits right there in the middle. It's honest, but it's steady. Have you looked in the mirror whenever the lights are kind of dim? Man, you look pretty good. Man, you turn on those super fluorescent white lights, all of a sudden, every single flaw is exposed. It's really not about seeing what you want to see. It's about seeing clearly. You stop grading yourself on what you think you are or what you think you should be. You start looking at your patterns and how you respond to certain things, because if you grade yourself on intentions sound really good. I meant to be more patient. I meant to be more present. I meant to handle that better. But your kids are not experiencing your intentions. They're experiencing your pattern. How do you respond when you're stressed? How do you talk when you get frustrated? Are you present, or are you just physically in the room? Do you keep your word, or do you adjust it when it's inconvenient? So self-evaluation, it asks one question. If someone watched my life for a week, what would they say is true about me? Not what I hope is true, not what I say is true, but what is actually true. Because that takes some honesty, because it's easier to stay busy, easier to stay distracted. easier to assume that maybe we're doing a little better than we actually are. But if your son or your daughter's entering that season, you don't really have that luxury anymore. They're paying attention, and the other thing, you got to learn to sit with feedback without getting defensive. Well, if you're anything like me, you appreciate things that are built right the first time. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, just solid craftsmanship. That's exactly what you get with JW Customs. Whether you're looking for custom work, upgrades, or something built to fit your exact needs, Jared at JW Customs takes pride in doing it the right way, with attention to detail and a level of care that's getting harder to find these days. This isn't mass-produced, one-size-fits-all work. This is custom, done by someone who actually cares about the end result. So if you've been thinking about getting something built or upgraded, now is a good time to reach out. Check out JW Customs and see the difference for yourself. jwcustoms.com. And your kids, whether they say it directly or not, they're giving you feedback all the time. In their tone, in their distance, and what they bring to you and what they stop bringing to you. If your son stops opening up, that's feedback. If he pushes back more, feedback. If he mirrors your tone and you're frustrated, if he doesn't seem to listen, it doesn't mean you're failing. It's just feedback. It just means that there's something more to pay attention to. So it gets real though. Honest self-evaluation, it just requires humility. You got to be willing to say, if there's feedback here, it may just be part of how they're learning to respond, but also you've got to be willing to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I might not be as consistent as what I think I am. I might not be as patient or the best parent as I believe I am. I might not be showing up the way I say I would. It's not weakness. It's just becoming aware, and awareness is where change starts, right? You can live in a delusional state all day, and I get that. But there's a delusion sometimes, like I talked about a minute ago, that we're living in about how good we actually are doing. I don't want to wake up in 10 years and go, man, I should have done better. I want to wake up right now and go, man, I should be doing better, and start doing it. Because a lot of people become aware and they don't do anything with it. They feel bad for a minute, they promise to do better, and then all of a sudden they drift right back into the same patterns. Real self-evaluation should lead to small, intentional adjustment. No big speeches, no dramatic overhauls, just small, consistent changes. It's developing a pattern. Maybe it's pausing before you respond. Maybe it's putting your phone down whenever you walk in to the room, into your house, into the kitchen. Just set it to the side. If your kid is trying to talk to you, give them your ear. Because next time they may not talk to you. Maybe it's following through with something kind of you would have let slide before. Small things done consistently that start to close the gap between who you say you are and how you actually live. And I'll tell you this, your kids don't need a perfect parent. They just need a real one. A dad who owns his mistakes. A dad who apologizes when he gets it wrong. A mom who stays steady when things get hard, because that's what they're trying to figure out right now. What kind of person do they want to become? And whether we like it or not, we're the first model they study. So yes, turning 13 matters. Not because everything changes overnight, but because the direction changes. They're not just following anymore, they're deciding. And if you're in that season, literally like I am today, it's worth asking yourself a simple question. If my son is quietly evaluating me, what's he actually seeing? Not what I said, not what I intended, but what he actually sees. And that question should humble you really a lot, but it should also sharpen you, because this season isn't about being impressive. It's about being present. It's about being consistent. It's the same man on Tuesday afternoon that you are on Sunday morning. And if we get that right, we may not stay the hero, but we might become something better, a man that they trust, a man that they respect, a man that they choose to listen to, even when they don't have to. So at the end, I just want to land that plane as smoothly as possible. And the reason that I bring this up is that I don't want people who are listening to this to continue to live in this delusional state of, I'm doing pretty good. Just take a moment, self-evaluate honestly, and start making small changes in your life. Today, you have today to live. Tomorrow, you have tomorrow to try to do better than you did today. And at the end of it, just be present and love well. Listen well, look closely, live intentionally. Until next time. You know, medicine doesn't have to feel rushed, and it doesn't have to feel like you're just another number in a system. At Advanced Primary Care, we've built something different. This is the kind of care where your doctor actually knows you, where visits aren't squeezed into a few rushed minutes, and where the goal isn't just to treat problems, but it's to help you stay well in the first place. We take care of the whole person, from everyday illness to long-term health, even obstetrics, walking with families through every season of life. So if you have ever felt frustrated with the way healthcare is today, you're not alone, and you do have another option. Reach out to us at Advanced Primary Care, 479-966-7331, or visit our website at theapcfamily.com.